Welcome to TVI's Biology Labs. Please take a moment to look around you and recognize the location of the entrance door, the prep room door that is located to the right of the whiteboard, and the cadaver room door located in the back of the room. Throughout this movie, these various doors will be used as your reference points. The focus of this movie is lab safety. Topics that will be addressed are lab safety rules and equipment, federal regulations for waste disposal in science labs, visible lab resources, standard lab equipment, and finally, safe locations for your personal belongings. As you stood outside waiting for the lab room to be opened, you saw this sign stating that food, drinks, including water bottles, shorts, sandals, and tank tops are not allowed in the lab area. Please follow these rules for any future labs. Students with inappropriate attire will be denied entry into the lab room. Any foods or drinks must be left outside the lab room or tossed into the trash bin outside the lab. Water fountains are located in the hallway just outside the lab. Soda and snack machines are located on the first floor by the stairwell. Nearby the entrance door, notice the location of the phone with a first aid kit and fire extinguisher right next to it. Another fire extinguisher is located near the cadaver room door in the back of the room. The yellow sign above the fire extinguisher shows which numbers to dial and how to dial them in case of an emergency. Please take care to recognize that you are in room 217 or the biology lab on the West Side TVI campus. You can call 911 direct from any TVI phone. A safety shower is located near the lab prep room door. Merely pull on the handle to operate the shower in case hazardous chemicals have spilled on your body. Near the base of the shower, an eye wash station is located to rinse your eyes thoroughly in case of an accident. Remove the covers from the spouts and push the handle to make the water squirt upward as you lean into the arcs of water. Each one of the sinks in the labs is also equipped with an eye wash station that operates very similarly. Certain lab activities will require you to wear eye protection. We provide you with sterilized goggles. These goggles are located in a cabinet to your right. The button on the side of the cabinet is turned in order to sterilize the goggles with UV light. When chemicals with strong or possibly harmful fumes are used, they must be placed in the chemical hood located nearby the entrance to your left. Be sure to always follow instructions on where to keep and return chemicals. Latex as well as non-latex gloves are available for your use. These must be worn at all times when working with the cadavers, preserved organs, or any harmful chemicals. Finally, by each sink a series of cleaning agents is provided. The spray bottle contains a disinfectant which you are encouraged to use to disinfect your desk. The squirt bottle contains Alconox soap used for cleaning glassware. Used glassware must always be cleaned and dried before being returned to the location from where it was obtained. Please be sure to always wash your hands with the hand soap before leaving the lab. In the next topic, you will learn how to dispose of lab waste according to federal regulations. These same regulations will apply once you become employed in a hospital, doctor or dentist's office, a medical lab, etc. In order for you to attend a science lab at TVI, it is expected that you memorize these regulations. You may be tested on these federal regulations for waste disposal at any point in the semester. On each counter of the lab, usually nearby the sink, find the red sharps container. As the name of the container says, sharp and small wastes must be disposed of in this container. Examples of small and sharp wastes include microscope slides used to make wet mounts, cover slips, toothpicks that were for instance used to collect cheek cells, used scalpel blades and razor blades, syringe needles, etc. By no means should paper towels, used gloves, Kim wipes, or large sharp wastes be jammed into this sharps container. Incineration of sharps containers is extremely costly. Please always make sure to dispose of lab wastes correctly, and do not fill sharps containers with incorrect wastes, as this results in enormous unnecessary costs. Nearby the entrance on the counter, locate a bucket with a bright orange lid. This is the biohazard container in which biohazardous wastes that are not sharp should be pitched. Examples of biohazardous wastes that are not sharp include preserved organs that were dissected or parts of preserved organs, used petri dishes with agar gel, and any tissues, cotton balls, or gloves with bodily fluids. In this biology lab, chances are slim that you will work with any human bodily fluids because of the dangers of contagious diseases such as hepatitis and AIDS. Broken glassware must be swept up and disposed of into the broken glass disposal boxes. One is located to the right of the instructor's desk, while the other one can be found under the computers on the left side of the room. All other wastes belong in the regular garbage bins, which are distributed throughout the lab. Examples of wastes that you might collect that belong in the regular garbage bins are used gloves, even gloves used to handle the cadavers, paper towels, Kim wipes, etc. Bear in mind that food or drink wastes must be tossed in the garbage bin outside the lab, including gum and cough drops. Under no circumstances are food and drink items allowed in the lab, including the lab's garbage bins. As you look around you, notice that compound light microscopes are stored in various cabinets throughout the room. Each scope has a number which tells you where the scope belongs in the cabinets. All scopes must be placed in the cabinets facing in the same direction in order for them to fit. Once you start using the scopes in your lab, you will be assigned a scope that you will be responsible for the remainder of the semester. Scope materials, including cleaning supplies and stains, are located in the upper sliding glass door cabinets on your left. It is expected that you will always return your microscope cleaned and in standard position, as your instructor will explain. To your right, you can see a sample of the various models that are available for the anatomy and physiology and introductory biology labs. Storage shelves have been carefully labeled to keep models organized and to keep track of model counts. Keys to most of the models are available for your use. These keys are stored in a number of ring binders that are always present in the lab. All 4 computer stations that you see in the lab have the most recent version of Windows and Microsoft Office on them, in addition to Internet. Anatomy and physiology students are encouraged to take advantage of the amazing A&P software on these computers called Interactive Atom and Atom Physiology. Students can use the Internet as a biology and A&P resource. The Internet should not be abused by students, as in entering chat rooms, checking email, and opening inappropriate websites. Printers are not available in the biology lab. Standard lab equipment that is available in TVI's biology lab includes gas outlets on each counter, distilled water in a huge jug nearby the prep room, an incubator next to the distilled water, and finally a fridge nearby the entrance and underneath the counter. In order to prevent tripping and or sliding over purse and backpack handles, we ask that you store all your personal belongings in the cabinets and drawers to the side of you or underneath the side sinks. In this way you will also have plenty of counter space to carry out lab exercises, study models and slides, and spread out your books. For all future labs, please store purses, backpacks, coats, etc. in the provided storage areas once you are seated. Once again, welcome to TVI Biology and have a nice semester.